Good evening, everybody. Welcome to this session. Thank you very much for joining me in Maddie's online final showcase. I'm very excited to meet everybody in this session. I'm Konstantina Margioukou, and I'm an associate professor at the Robert Gordon University in Aberdeen at the School of Creative and Cultural Business. And I would like to welcome everybody. We're all very excited to find out about all the videos that were created by young people in the different schools in Scotland who took part in our project. Our project, Maddie's Online Series 4, is funded by the Scottish Government and is supported by Digital Extra Fund. Maddie's Online, if you're following the project, is an ongoing project where we engage young people, teachers, librarians, parents, academics, young people, students in master's courses, and really everyone in the community who is interested to contribute with their creative talent, with voiceovers, with creative stories. And what we do is we develop freely available and accessible online cartoon animation education resources that involve short video stories as well as learning activities. And we curate different resources from different countries, but mainly what we do is that we focus on the concept of digital citizenship, skills of young people around 9 to 12 or up to 13 years old now. And we place emphasis on navigating safely their online environments, but also effectively and ethically. So this session today will present the 5 shortlisted stories. The cartoon video stories were created by a total of 25 young people in 3 schools in Scotland. These stories were selected out of many others that were submitted. So everybody who is presented today is a winner, and they have really given a lot of effort and creative input to make this work possible. During the session, we will play all the video stories, and those will be followed by the final announcement of the winning team that will be selected by our external panel. So we have a number of stories selected, actually. Let me move on to before I tell you about this, I will move on to my next, slide just to tell you a little bit more about the project itself. But we have the 5 shortlisted stories, and I will give you all the background information about them. But if you're interested to find more about our project, and indeed, if you wanted to get access to all the resources, we have this, as you can see here, the Maddie's Online virtual shelf, where you can download all the resources, and you can find them on our project blog. I will show you all of these shortly, where to get them. So you don't have to worry about that. And they are in the form of online ebooks you can download. You can also flip the pages online if you wish to. But mainly the idea is that you will be really having access to these resources whenever you need them, as long as you have an internet connection. So that's the aspect of it. And we've got more people who are joining the session, so I'm meeting everybody who has just arrived, and we'll keep on doing that. But before then I move on to the stories, I would like to say that what these educational booklets include, and they include lesson plans, learning activities, they include tagged external resources. We used infographics to present them. And they also have different training events. They've got different collated material. And the idea is that we include interactive and multimodal items for this kind of teaching and delivery that have lesson plans and learning activities We offer a key to tags so that you can locate them, and that includes labeling of the resources by material type, for example, like presentations, slides, discussion, practical work, activities, research or reflection points. And we also have leading questions. And there's a lot of information there to absorb, to be honest. So I will let you have a look at it once I share the link. In this work, it is important also to note that we followed, in this series, the Scottish Government Ethical Digital Nation Strategy. And it is important to mention this strategy because it defines the digital ethics, the behavior and the norms that we should all follow to ensure our dignity, our autonomy on the internet. So these rules, these ethics apply to anyone interacting online. And with our series, what we are specifically looking at is the aspects of users, of privacy and choice, which are presented by the Scottish Government as the pillars of trust for growing as an ethical digital nation. And so if you're interested in that, you may wish to explore the report that has been published, Building Trust in the Digital Era, Achieving Scotland's Aspirations as an Ethical Digital Nation. We wanted to create resources around these 5 themes that you see that would really engage young people. And the best way to do that was by means of co-creation with young people. So many young people have given us, I have already explained, their voices, their creative talents, they've written their stories, their scripts. And it is really important because we have many children and young people navigating challenges online. For example, we all know them: online bullying, personal security issues, managing online reputation. And so our work is there to empower young people so that they can develop different technical and behavioral strategies and safeguard themselves online. So you can see more details about that in our new toolkit about the different aspects of trust. You can see here, as well as you may wish to check actually how these resources map to the different curriculum elements, the curriculum for excellence, for example, in terms of third-level technologies, and also in terms of morality, because we're dealing with the ethics here. But I don't want to spend more time on this. What I would like really to talk about is really emphasize again the objects of trust. And I don't know if you can zoom a little bit more for you to see, and the 3 ones that we focused on, which are here: privacy, choice, and users, the really important aspects. So we're looking at the behavioral aspects in addition to the technical aspects here, not only the technologies, the apps, and so on. Okay, so at this point, what I will do is show you a little bit our channel. We have a YouTube channel where we have all the video stories uploaded, so you can watch them there, and they will be made available after this session. Also, you can see here our blog where you can gain access to everything. Notably, the Maddie's online bookshelf, which I talked about. So also from here, you can see all the different information about the different series that we have established. So I don't want to talk a lot about this and monopolize the session, as of course this is about our young people and their stories. But to give you a little bit of background is this particular page from our toolkit. And you can see what the young people did. So we started with a school competition. And what we did with the school competition is we asked schools in Scotland, and specifically, obviously, young people, to tell us, write actually a story and tell us what the different aspects of online ethics are. So they've written these stories. There were 500 words. And then out of the many stories that were submitted, we selected the 5 best ones. And you can see here the judging panel, and you can also see the criteria that we used for the written stories. A lot of these criteria were transferred on to the actual animation of the stories themselves. Only there, we were also looking for criteria that had to do with the scripts, with the animated characters, with the voiceovers, with acting as well, so to make it more challenging and more interesting. I see lots of comments in the chat area, and you will get the slides and you will get the recording. Thank you everybody who is introducing themselves. It's lovely to see everybody there. I've got my screen on the left to see all your comments. So what I would like to do at this point, though, is I would like to invite one of our judges. I hope you are here, Craig, Mr. Craig Brown. And Craig has supported the project very closely together with Maha, who are the two key people from Digital Extra Fund. I have invited Craig to say a few words, as Craig was one of the judges on the basis of both the written stories and the animated videos. So if you can hear us, Craig, I hope you're there to just say a few words.
I am here, Konstantina. Thank you. So thank you all very much for coming here today. Really appreciate you taking the time to see the work that everyone has been doing on this fantastic project. Just to give you a bit of background, I manage the digital skills charity Digital Extra Fund. Traditionally, we support digital skills for young people through extracurricular activities through a grant awards program, which has focused primarily on technical skills. But in the past year, we had the opportunity, because of our relationship with Scottish Government, to support 3 projects, which were handpicked by myself and Maha, to focus on the ethics of technology and not just the technical skills. The end goal was to give young people the ability to think about what they need to think about in terms of how technology works, not just technically, but how to ensure it is safe and fair for all to use. And Konstantina has already spoken quite a bit about that, so I won't go into it too much, but we weren't sure exactly what to expect when we went through this process, or certainly at the beginning, but we have been absolutely massively impressed with the 3 projects. So obviously there's the one that we've been doing with Konstantina and our GU. There's a gold digital badge coming out from the IDEA Foundation shortly, and we've been working with Digital Skills Education on a project called Tech We Trust. So check out those other 2 if you've enjoyed working on this. But back to the Maddie is Online. It was a really great opportunity, particularly this project, to work with young people versus sort of creating something for young people, to get their input and to really ask some hard questions around what is safe, what is acceptable in terms of online safety and security. I think what surprised me, though, was also getting some of the insights from young people through their videos and through their written submissions as to what they felt was important in terms of online safety and security and the ethics around that. So I think it's been a great experience, hopefully for the participants, but it has certainly also been a great experience for myself and everyone else on the judging panel. So I just want to thank everybody in particular who wrote a story. As Konstantina said, there were several of them, and it was not an easy decision to narrow it down to 5. But when we did, I think we were very happy. There was a consensus made on those 5. And so I'd like to extend an extra thank you to those 5 teams, but then taking that next step and putting the extra effort into making the videos. And I really hope that you got something out of it. And I hope that when the time comes that there's maybe an opportunity in real life, let's call it, for you to maybe apply some of the things that are discussed in some of these videos, that you'll be able to help your friends and family maybe through some difficult situations. Hopefully you don't necessarily have to deal with those situations, but if you do, hopefully you'll be able to deal with those. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to stay on the whole call, because I do need to pick up my son this evening from Boy Scouts, but I will stay on for the first little while. I've already seen all the videos. They're absolutely fantastic. And while there is a couple that I know Konstantina will be highlighting, I just want to say that they were all fantastic. And thank you all very much for all the effort that you put into it.
Thank you so much, Craig, for these kind words and for the introduction to our project. We are now ready actually to move on. So what I would like to do before we move on is, of course, present you the stories, which I've got here hidden on the next page. But before I do this, I'd like to introduce you to this today. So what we're doing today is that we are involving some interaction, audience interaction, obviously. So we want to involve you, and we want you to be able to post your kind comments, your positive feedback to our young people who have spent all the time and the creative talent to create this work. So here you can see our first video, of course, that we are shortly going to play. We are using the same code on Mentimeter. So if you can go to www.menti.com and use this code, you'll be able to add your feedback, some nice thoughts, some nice encouragement for our young people. They're all winners in this story. They've done some brilliant work, some brilliant videos. And what I've done here, as you can see, the 11 answers, I've added all the nice comments of our judges there, so that our young people who are here today, and when they watch the recording, they can also see those. So your feedback will also be added, and we're gonna be looking at those after each one of the videos. So take some time to note this. Every time it will be the same code, but every time we'll use a different story. So I will prompt you to this when it's time to actually add your comments. Okay, so www.menti.com and use the code 65078098. Right, okay, so we are almost ready to begin with our video now. So really excited about that. So what I was planning to do originally, I was planning to share from the YouTube, because you can see I have them as private, most of the videos, but I realized that some of the quality wasn't that great. So I decided to actually, share them as videos here instead of from the YouTube. So with this, I would like to introduce the first story, and I have the pleasure to introduce a very first story that will be played as part of this series, Friend Finder. It's dealing with theme 4. All the stories dealt with 3 out of the 5 themes that we have. So there is a space actually for more creative stories if anyone is interested to take part in any schools who may be present in this session. Friend Finder features a very well-known Maddie, because young people could choose the character. So Maddie in this story is somebody who doesn't have a lot of friends, feels lonely, so connects with an app that is called Friend Finder, and aims to really get her to make more friends and help her. So we are really emphasizing the positives as well. Congratulations to all the young people. You can see their names here featured. Well done to you. I don't know if some of you are here this evening. Let us know in the chat if you're not shy. Some of you have given the voiceovers. You can see teachers also who are playing the different characters. And with special thanks to Mr. Armstrong. I don't know if Mr. Armstrong is with us. I believe that you are, Mr. Armstrong, and I would like to invite you, before we play the video, to say a few words, if you wanted, about the team of young people in the story.
Can you hear me, Dina?
Yes, I can hear you very well, Mr. Armstrong. Welcome.
Hello, nice to speak to you, and nice to be here with everybody else. So I'm just going to take Dina's opportunity and take a couple of moments just to reflect on our opportunity in this project. When I first met Dina last year to discuss using the Maddie's online materials and how they were aiding our learners in Ellen Academy, I learned about this competition call for Series 4, and it was a really exciting prospect for our school. Really, we had a new batch of digital champions who were looking for opportunities to enhance their digital citizenship and develop their digital skills. And the journey throughout this entire project, the story writing and the creation episode, has been absolutely fantastic. It's been so much fun, there's been so much laughter, but there's been also the very serious side of understanding online safety and security. Our pupils have really engaged with that topic and put some fantastic thinking into the creation and development of their story. They've bonded phenomenally well as a group and worked well together, bouncing a lot of ideas off each other whilst being praiseworthy of each other and being critical as well. And the nature of the topic that they chose and the story that they put together is very mature in its content, whilst also unfortunately being very, very real for many children. The fact that some can befriend people online in apps or on websites who don't always turn out to be who they thought they were. And our pupils have really handled this in a very sensitive manner, showing great amount of maturity and creativity in their thinking. They've listened to Dina's suggestions, our suggestions as to how elements of the story could be improved or taken forward, and then acted to move that story forward and onwards. They fully engaged with the ethos of the entire project and the topic and considered carefully how the character of Maddie could be, in fact, representative of many of their peers. Regardless of tonight's outcome, our 5 pupils really will complete this competition with so much greater digital resilience and that increased confidence in digital and online safety and security, and with the knowledge that they've helped this area of online safety and security within the rural Northeast. I would personally like to thank, on behalf of our school, Dina and RGU for their unending support and their assistance throughout this competition, and also obviously to thank the Scottish Government and the Digital Extra Fund for their support of the project and others similar to this.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Mr. Armstrong. It's lovely to hear these kind words from you, and I enjoyed very much working with the team. We had so much fun. I would come back anytime. We still have a couple of videos in 2 of the themes, so I'm sure there can be more follow-up work on this. So thank you so much. I think we are ready. We are ready to watch the video now. So with this one, now I will share the first video for all of you to watch. Thank you.
Maddie doesn't have a lot of friends. Whilst on her phone, she sees an advert. It's for a friend-making app called Friend Finder.
What do you want?
What are you up to?
I just found this brilliant app called Friend Finder. It says that you can make loads of new friends really quickly.
That doesn't sound very safe. It sounds a bit risky.
Whatever, it's like you would know. I don't know what this is, but I'm just gonna press continue. Who reads all these terms and conditions? I'm going to quickly add all my contacts. Oh, I've already got a notification. It's someone called Cool Kyle 65. He must have found me on the app.
Hey, I checked out your profile and you look super cute. Do you want to be best buds?
Sure.
Over the next few days, Maddie and Kyle continued to text via Friend Finder. Hey girl, are you up yet?
Yeah, that's me up.
Great, send a selfie.
Why?
I want to see what you look like.
You saw my profile.
Just send one.
Okay.
You look so nice today.
The next 2 weeks pass and Maddie, while speaking to her sister, receives some strange messages via friend finder from Kyle.
Hey Maddie, you know Mrs. Anderson?
Yeah, she was my English teacher last year.
I had her for a cover lesson today and she was just so annoying. Who's that?
It's no one. It's none of your business.
Oh my gosh, Maddie, what have you gotten yourself into? Maddie, please text me back, I'm bored. Please text back, you're making me sad. Please answer, Maddie.
Next day, Maddie is at school when she decides to check her phone.
I'm going to switch my phone back on and send a message to Kyle.
Maddie, where you been?
What you up to right now?
Just lying in bed right now. What about you?
To school. Want to meet up after school? Text you details at lunch.
Yeah, definitely.
A few hours later, Maddie's in history when she gets a message from Kyle.
Maddie, could you please put your phone away? Sorry, Mrs. Anderson.
Maddie eyes her phone and can make out a few letters on it. A few seconds later, she properly looks at her phone.
That would be perfect. 4 o'clock work for you, sweetie?
Yeah, that would work. I'll see you there.
Maddie's next day passed like a blur. The only thing she could think about was Kyle, Kyle, Kyle.
English is terrible. Mrs. Anderson is my least favorite teacher.
Maddie has just been dropped off home after school and has changed into nicer clothes to meet Kyle.
I hope Kyle likes these clothes.
Maddie, I fooled you and you fell for it. I never intended to meet you. My name is Dave. I'm 67 years old.
Why? Oh, he's instantly blocked me on Friend Finder. I've got something to tell you, but you can't tell anyone.
Okay, I promise.
You know that app, Friend Finder? You know how I've been chatting to a boy called Kyle? It turns out he's not actually a boy the same age as me. He's 67 years old and called Dave.
I told you so. You should have listened to me all along. You're now in so much trouble.
The next day, Gracie, Maddie's sister, reveals everything to her mum.
Mom, I have something to tell you. Maddie found an app and she met an old man.
Maddie, Gracie's told me everything.
I knew it.
Your sister warned you, and you should have listened to her. You need to be reading the terms and conditions of any app before you install it onto your phone. Let this be a lesson to you.
I know. I've learned my lesson, Mum.
The internet is such a wide platform, and nobody's identity can be fully proven. You never know what is going to happen, and you can never be sure of what you're getting into. Before you share anything, you should always pause and think before you do so.
Sorry, Mum.
It's okay, Maddie. Just be more careful next time.
So everyone at home, remember, always check the terms and conditions if you're downloading a new app. I should have thought before I acted, and because of that, I could have been placed in a very dangerous situation. Also, think before you share information and who you're going to share it with. Never trust someone that you've not actually met in real life, just because you talk to them or chat on the internet. But this doesn't mean that you have to lose your trust for everybody. Remember how sad I was at the beginning of this story? I felt very lonely because I was very shy, and making new friends online made me feel much better. So please, reach out and connect with others, and do not lose your trust, but keep yourself safe online. Like real friendships, it may take time to make real online friends. Also, with text, there isn't enough communication. Body language and tone of voice are absent. You can use emojis, but they're not always helpful. Taking offense to a message that may have good intentions is common. It's also common to not get the hint that someone doesn't want to talk to you. Be patient and remember that miscommunications will happen. Here, check out these websites and resources for lots more information about this topic, and happy browsing! That's all from me. See you next time. Bye!
Okay, so that's the first story I played. I hope you enjoyed that. What we're going to do now is we are going to again share our feedback so that you can give us a little bit of your insights around it before we move on to the next story again. So if you remember from last time before the video, we had a specific, let me actually share with you, a specific Mentimeter for that. So you can see that here, and I can see we already have some feedback, some nice feedback there because we had fewer answers. What we're going to do now is release some of this feedback so you can all see the nice comments, which I'm going to pass on, of course, to everybody after this, and the schools and the team. So everybody's saying that it's a very relatable topic. It highlights the dangers of speaking to strangers online. It gives a good message at the end about losing trust. It gives great point about terms and conditions. The character is relatable. The voiceovers are great. A good evil laugh, so more people are talking about the terms and conditions, the creativity, the voiceovers, the characters sound believable, the script, the point at the end about communication, also well done to Elon Academy, having fun, at the same time adding how serious online chat could be. A clear story. So I hope you're all pleased, the team, by receiving these really kind comments. You can keep and really have us a really nice memory, because I think what matters is really this feedback here, and also the fact that everybody contributes towards a common cause, which is online safety and security. Good use of music and sound effects. Great that a lot of work has been put into to make this a professional video. I will have some from a young person, very relatable to me from my time as a teenager, talking to strangers online. Not to lose trust for everybody, which is actually the center of the Scottish government strategy, not lose trust for online friendships, but really, you know, understand how to actually develop good friendships online. I like also the realistic story somebody else is saying, and it sounds very, very fitting. Okay, keep coming in, and for our fantastic team at Elon Academy. Also, I have to tell you, I didn't actually reveal this, that besides this, we also have which story was your favorite one. So I will go to that at the end so that you can vote and get the audience participation. You vote for your best story. Obviously, I know that some people are here from the actual stories themselves, but it would be nice if you vote for somebody else, because this is really nice, and just be kind, and it fulfills really the ethics of the whole concept that we're working on here. Okay, so just a final, I hope you all got the code. Do you want me to share it again, or you're okay with that? Let me double check that everybody has got it, or I'll just bring it once more, just in case, so you can, oh, sorry, that's not the one, it's the first one. Just present once more so you can all get the number. If you wanted to add a few more comments, which we're gonna pass on to our lovely team at Elon Academy. Okay, so we're ready to move on. I know we have a limited time, so we're gonna move on to our next story now. And I'm very, very pleased to introduce Hazelhead Academy with this story. The story is called Violet. And it's the story of a girl who gets a notification on social media. And it's about a young girl who suffers from stomach cancer. And it's about donating to a charity and understanding what is true information and fake information. Congratulations to all the team who worked on this story, Violet. I don't know if we've got any young people here. Or any teachers or a librarian who was directly involved. I'd like to thank everybody who has been so enthusiastic about these stories. So you can see here all the people who were involved in the story. And I'd like to pass on my special thanks to Diane Scott from Hazelhead Academy, who enabled this project and was very accommodating and helped us actually realize these stories. For your here the stories feedback, we're gonna switch on to Violet now, so you will be able to have the same code, I believe. So let us know, what did you like about Violet when you obviously watch the story. So keep this code, which is the same, and be ready with your comments. Okay, so if you give me some time to share the video, then we'll be ready to watch the second story on Violet.
This is Violet. She is lounging in her room watching funny cat memes, when suddenly she gets a notification from her favourite influencer, who just posted. Recently I went to the Children's Hospital in Dundee to work with an organisation to help kids who are struggling with their illnesses. One of the children I met is Lily. This is Lily. She was diagnosed with stomach cancer a month ago. Please donate to the charity I have linked to help kids like Lily.
Oh, that's so sad. I cannot imagine going through that. Those poor kids. Of course I'll donate.
friends and feels better.
Violet, we're going out. Hurry up.
Later on, Violet is having dinner with one of her friends.
So what did you do today?
I didn't do much today. What about you, Violet?
I donated to a cancer organization this morning.
That's great. I feel horrible for whoever's going through that. You're a good person, Violet.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I have a message about the charity. Maybe they want to thank us.
I'm so sorry to everyone who donated to the Children's Cancer Charity this morning. I was hacked by someone anonymous, and unfortunately, I can't give any money back. I don't own the fundraiser account.
Oh no, I can't believe that happened. It was a scam, a fake charity.
That's such a shame.
I will never donate again to any charity. That's horrible. I don't trust anyone anymore.
But don't lose your trust. A real charity will need your help.
You're right. I need to make myself better at detecting scams.
And of course, Thomas Adams Williams Sr. should have protected his account better.
And how would I do that?
Well, first check the source. See if the site looks real. Some sites will try to look like other websites, so you think they're genuine.
Good idea.
Look for evidence. Find out whether it's being reported on other charity sites that you know and trust. Read what's in the content carefully. Ask yourself whether it seems true and why they're saying it.
I did that, but it looked genuine. It even had a photo of Lily.
Well, if you pull up the scam post, you can see that Lily has bandages all over her body. That's not what stomach cancer is.
How do you know all of these things?
I went to an internet safety workshop the school organised some time ago. They even taught us how to reverse search a photo and find out if it is a stock image. Most likely this was a stock image of a kid in a hospital they used.
You're right. They managed to play with my emotions to get what they wanted. I wonder, where was I when the workshop was on?
I have no idea. You must have been ill that day, perhaps?
Okay. Thanks, Wendy. I'll be more careful in the future. I learned my lesson. I'll send a message to all of my contacts to be careful and share what I've learned from this experience.
So Violet had learned her lesson and knew how to click on links safely.
Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this story as well. Second story, Violet. And now what I'm going to do is I will go back to the feedback area so that you can add your nice, kind comments for our Violet team, who worked so much in terms of producing this story. Quite a different story from the first one. What I was really intrigued by was this element of feeling emotional in terms of trying to really appeal to your emotional reactions when it comes to fake information and fake news. Which I think this team really captured very, very well. And let's have a look at some of the answers. So I'm going to show some of them now. So exactly plays on emotions that scams would do. Good information about deceptive sites and checking for authenticity, short and to the point. Like the point about the scammers played with her emotions to get what they wanted. A good tip about reverse searching, incorporated good lessons and tips. The storyline is quite unique. The actor playing Violet did a very good job. Some connection to ethics around using people's emotions again. The story is creative, interesting, makes sense and is realistic, creates an emotional connection. The photo be used and the reference to that the photo had bandages, good advice from Violet friend. Again, about the acting. Well done to Diane Scott and all the pupils. Scams are something that happen to people of all ages and in many different ways. And they can catch us with things that will touch our hearts. It's nice to see some really positive comments here. Fantastic advice. Again, about the bandages, very believable script, storyline. Somebody says, wow, what a storyline. Scams happen every day. And this story gave lots of information. Well done all. I like the character talked to Violet in the cafe place when she was talking. She was talking good sense, very current, good job. So many good comments coming through. Great video. So it's really lovely, fantastic. It gives me a sense of, I don't know, I feel like my heart is very warm with all these nice comments that you're sharing here. So thank you very, very much for this. And I'm sure all the young people will be very delighted with your feedback. Okay, are you ready to watch another story? Our third story now. So now we're moving to we are still actually with Hazelhead Academy because we had a couple of stories from Hazelhead Academy. And this story is the story of Lucy the Influencer. It's the story of Lucy who was showing her bright pink hair, and she had many followers, so she was admiring her list of endless followers, but then she realized that her passwords were compromised. So congratulations to this team who put together the story. We have all the young people here who have contributed. Well done to you with your lovely stories and your lovely voiceovers. You'll be able to see what I'm talking about very soon. So I don't know if anyone is from, again, Hazelhead Academy and the specific team, any young people or parents, let us know in the chat box area what your thoughts are. Say hello. So what I'm going to do is now I will share the video again so you can watch Lucy, the influencer.
In Aberdeen, it was a normal summer morning for Lucy, the famous influencer.
That's my daily video just uploaded, showing my new bright pink hair. My video is up to 100,000 likes.
Yet, what Lucy didn't know was that the great, big bad hacker Barbara was looking through Lucy's account, waiting for the perfect opportunity to hack it.
Finally, this is what I've been waiting for. A chance to ruin her entire career and become rich. I'm going to take all the money she makes from the tactics and then remove all the videos. I'm surprised such a huge influencer made a small password. How pathetic. Lucy Aberdeen 123. I'll now post a video which says, listen carefully. If you want your account back, you must give me what I want. I want all your passwords. That includes the password to your bank account.
Meanwhile, at Lucy's house,
My phone is blowing up with likes, comments and shares from my newest tactic. Oh, my friend just texted me. She she's saying, look at the comment section quickly? What's going on?
I really hope Lucy looks at my message soon. Someone horrible has hacked into her account.
Okay, let me scroll through the comment section. Oh no, what's this video? It says, I'll give you your account back if you give me what I want. It looks like my account has been hacked. Oh no, what should I do? Hello?
Hello, Lucy. You need to change all your passwords. You've been hacked. Hurry, before the hacker takes everything away.
Yes, I need to change my passwords. What would a good password be? Any ideas? How about Lucy the Best?
Lucy, that is not a good password. A strong password means that it's hard for someone else to guess, or for a computer to crack. You should make your password longer. I'm sending you a text that has all the information. Use more than 8 characters and a mix of lowercase letters, uppercase letters, numbers, and special characters like percentage, hashtag, or question mark. Don't use personal details like your name or your year of birth, or words that are easy to guess, like your favorite animal or your best friend's name.
Okay, no problem. That's easy. I'll create a more difficult password. How about LUC3465 hashtag question mark?
That's much better.
Great. I'll use that one in all my accounts then. Easy peasy.
No, you need to use completely different passwords for different websites and apps. And change your password regularly.
But then it would be difficult to remember.
You could use a password manager where you could store all of them, although, again, you have to be careful, as these may not always be secure either.
Okay, got it. What else do I need to know about?
You can use something called a two-factor authentication. It will keep your Tactic account safe.
A two-factor what?
It means that you can add more security to your password by asking to verify that this is indeed your account. For example, you might need to enter your password and then enter a code you're sent via text message.
Okay.
Lots of apps and sites let you use two-factor authentication, and you should choose to use it whenever you can. It's much more secure, as passwords can be guessed or cracked.
Okay, I'll do all these now. I want my account back, so I'll reset my password first. Thank you.
After all Barbara's attempts to hack into Lucy's account, everything was safe and sound. Lucy had her account back the same evening, but most importantly, she learned a lot about keeping her account safe, so she came up with a great idea.
I will make a helpful online safety guide for all my followers. Lots of good information on how to keep yourself and others safe and how to report hackers. I hope you will join me too in making sure to keep everyone safe and secure online.
Okay, that was our third story. I hope you enjoyed that one. And we are going to go back to our nice Mentimeter where you can share your nice and lovely comments. So to add comments for Lucy the Influencer, use the same code, and just add your ideas and nice feedback there, please. So nice to see some comments in the chat area as well. It says, thank you all for giving our children this opportunity and for allowing parents to be involved in this amazing and great work. Thank you so much. That's really, really kind. That's mom of one of the young people who took part in the story. So I'm going to now enable, as you can see, all the feedback. Let's see what the audience thought. So hacker character shows that is criminal and financially motivated, mentions two-factor authentication, brilliant, believable situation, clear, relatable message, strong passwords, use of peer education through friend, which is very important, lots of good practical tips and advice. How the character uses her influence as a social media influencer for good purposes, so the ethical aspects there. A great big hacker, Barbara is evil, interesting story. It's memorable, they love the questions. And good reference to poor password structure, love the body, good use of storyline, great advice about the passwords, great use of screenshots to reference to the Maddie's online resources. The story is creative and interesting, it makes sense. It has a good conclusion. The story is so true. This happened to me once. Okay, that's interesting comment. Good acting. All three of the characters are distinct and play a clear role. I like again how she helps her followers by paying forward what she learned from her experience, showing how an influencer, someone online, could still be caught out. Great practical advice about strong passwords. Nice dystopian atmosphere created with the music and graphics. Nice to see that. Thank you for all your kind comments. Fabulous message on secure passwords, relaying the same information that's constantly pushed out to staff. It's used higher education, great work. The pupils put a lot of information and thought into this story. Brilliant, keep them coming in. I'm going to share all of this with the young people who are not here, so your feedback really matters actually for them. They put so much of their effort, so please do keep them coming in as much as you can. Right, are we ready to go to the next story? So we're moving now away from Lucy, the influencer, and Hazelhead Academy to go to another school and to look at the story of iPhone scam, which is one of the two stories that were actually selected at St. Andrews and St. Bride's School in East Kilbride. So iPhone scam is about Lara Smith, who is 12 years old. She goes and gives money actually to buy a new iPhone. So she wants to earn the money as well, but her friend is trying to help her and advise her. So you can see them here in this, but you will watch the video very soon. And congratulations to the characters, to the young people who gave a voice to the characters and who written the story. You can see their names here. So these all will be featured in the toolkit. I still got some editing to do in these stories, but it will be how they will appear on the toolkit. So many thanks to Mrs. Brownlee and Mrs. Murphy. We had two teachers working with the two teams. They gave so much to the project. I was so impressed by the contributions, and it was lovely to go there every time and meet with the young people. You can see some of them here in this photograph. So are we ready to find more about the iPhone scam? I think probably we are. So if you give me a few seconds, I'm going to upload the story.
Lara Smith is 12 years old. She is a naive, kind and caring young person. One day, while Lara was on her computer checking her email, she suddenly got excited.
I just got this message that I could win a new mobile phone and a large sum of money. I'm so excited. I'll phone Holly to ask her what she thinks.
Oh, hi Lara.
Hi Holly, how are you?
All good here. What's up?
Holly, you won't believe this, but I've just been sent an email telling me I might win a new iPhone. And £500. If I win, then I won't have to use my old rubbish phone anymore.
Lara, are you sure that it's a real offer? It sounds really sketchy to me. You do know that it's probably a scam.
Of course it's real. I wouldn't fall for a scam. Why don't you come over to my house and I can show you the email? We can talk about it and you can help me decide what to spend all the money I'm going to win.
Later on, Holly has arrived at Lara's house. Holly is carefully looking at the email on the computer screen. She takes her time.
It's definitely not a genuine one.
So what should we do?
I think you need to block the sender and report them.
Look, I need a new phone and winning the money would be brilliant. You know, I hardly get any pocket money and my old phone is smashed to bits. It's time I had some good luck.
It's just not worth it, even if it is real. There's not a chance you'll win it. Please, listen to me.
Fine then, I'll block it. Holly, where are you going?
Bye, Lara.
Before blocking the sender of the email, Lara decides to search the company on Giggle to see if it exists. In the results, she finds a link with the phrase "Y-Phone Competition Win." After clicking on the link, she finds a page with comments from different accounts with no profiles and numbers in their usernames.
Look at that. All the comments say how amazing this deal is, and they all received the latest iPhone and £500 for free. I've been asking my parents for a new phone for weeks, but they said they couldn't afford to buy me one.
A message appears on the screen asking for Lara's bank details.
I'll add my details. Having the new iPhone is going to help me fit better in school. I won't feel so embarrassed about my old phone once I get my new one.
4 weeks later.
It's been over 4 weeks since I entered the competition and the phone still hasn't arrived. I sent loads of emails but nobody replied. I still hope that the phone is just late in arriving. Holly has stopped asking me about it. Neither one of us want to fall out over a phone. But where is it?
Later on that day, Lara's mum receives on her phone a message from the bank.
Lara! Lara! Come here! Lara!
What's going on?
Apparently there is no money left in your account and they were calling to check as it was all taken.
What? How?
First, it was a small sum of money, then all of the money.
Oh no, Holly was right after all. The email was a scam.
What did you say?
I'm sorry, but I've done something stupid.
Lara's parents were cross, but also relieved that they controlled the amount of money in her account and kept her savings account separate. Next day at school, Lara decided to speak to her teacher, Mr. Matthews, about the incident.
So what brings you here, Lara?
Mr. Matthews, I wanted to speak to you about something. I was recently scammed out of money after I thought I was going to win a new phone and £500. It's been awful.
This sounds horrible. Can I do something to help?
Me and Holly would like to start a campaign to make sure no one else in this school gets into this sort of situation. Can we do some sort of presentation to classes and some assemblies?
I'm sorry this has happened to you, Lara, but what you want to do sounds great.
Thank you so much.
Just let me know when you want to start your campaign.
Holly and Lara took their mission very seriously. They talked to teachers at meetings. They also hand out leaflets around their town. Holly was invited to meet the mayor on behalf of the girls' work.
Well done, girls. That was amazing work.
Thank you.
You will be presented with a Community Champion Award and have your photographs taken for a feature about you in the local newspaper.
Their parents were really proud of them.
Oh, well done, Lara.
Thank you, Mom. I like how we are making a difference, Holly.
Scammers shouldn't be allowed to exploit young people and steal from them.
At least we now see how the law is on our side. Helping others makes me happy, and I realised I don't need a new phone after all for that to happen.
Okay, so that was the next story. I hope that you enjoyed that one. What we are going to do now is go back to our feedback so that you can add your nice feedback for this lovely story we just watched. So what did you like about the Y-phone scam? At this point, as we are waiting and we reveal the feedback, I would like to invite Mrs. Brownlee. If Mrs. Brownlee, you're here with us to say a few words about the teams. I know we have another team as well, the last one. So, Mrs. Brownlee, are you around?
Yep, Dina, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, that's fine. Welcome. Thank you.
It's been great tonight. I've loved seeing the other stories from Hazelhead and Ellen Academy. I just want to echo really what Mr. Armstrong said about the experience for everyone. So it's allowed our pupils to work with people in their class that they might not have worked with before. And it really has been pupil led all the way through. And I know how much time and effort has gone in from the pupils in our school. So I really commend the other teams as well, because it's been a lot of time and love has gone into this project, a lot of passion, and they really have. They've led it the whole way through, which has been fantastic. They've upskilled themselves in terms of using Plotagon. They've responded really well to your feedback, and we've loved having you in school. And pupils, as well as thinking about the storyline and making that visual and using it as a way to inform and educate other children, they've also had to think themselves about what they do online and be proactive. So it's not just about that finishing message. of here's not, what not to do. The message all the way through the films tonight has been, here's how to avoid this in the first place, which I think is quite important as well. And I'd just like to echo what Mr. Armstrong said in thanking your project sponsors and supporters and your judging panel, because what a decision they've had to make. And of course you for all the time and travelling all that way down to East Kilbride a couple of times to see us. So thank you very much for this opportunity for us.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to actually be involved, and you made this possible because you embraced the project, so that is really what matters here. So I was delighted to work with your team, and it was lovely to come down and visit you, and I think my words cannot describe what this feedback describes here. So there's a lot of positive words coming from the audience and our judges here, you can see. So I think about this story again addresses the ethics very, very well. It's the friend who is trying to help the other friend. So there are some very helpful details in the story. There is a good reference to emotional appeal. So it's about being nice as a digital citizen, isn't it? Helping people. And at the end, the story where the protagonist says that makes me happy when I make people happy, so I don't really need a new phone. So it's really about helping others and protecting others, not only ourselves, in terms of online safety. So lots of good comments, interesting story with a clear problem at the start, followed by a resolution. Good to show how students can help support other students. A situation that most people have come across online. I like that she does a Google search, but the views are fake. Lara is relatable, as many people are looking for easy fixes for their problems. I like how her friend tries to help her and there is a resolution again. Mother and teachers were supportive, relates to the themes clearly, good voiceovers, very relevant for everyone in the world we live in today. Brilliantly put together, fantastic storyline, embracing sharing the mistake and the importance of raising awareness. Young people could relate to the characters, believing something to be true just because they wanted to be. Checking spelling, good information about that. It has a happy ending, so it's not about materialism. The accusation of being irresponsible with a bank card. So many people have them these days, exactly. Very, very memorable, great work. Such a positive outcome where life gives you lemons, make lemonade. I like that comment. Lots of good advice on both avoiding a scam and reducing the effect of falling for a scam. I like the campaign that the girls undertook after the scam. So again, this is an element of ethics, helping others, the whole school. Very understandable and believable scenario and well-structured story. And so all the teams should be very, very proud. I think it's lovely to have all these positive comments from our audience. Thank you so much for engaging so well with these stories. Okay, are you ready for a final story? I think you are. So let's go back to our sharing screen, where I'm going to share the last story now. Before that, I'll show you a little bit about obviously the story and what it is. So the last story, but not least, is YOLO Classroom. Is again a story that was written by the same school, but by a different team. And it's a story of two boys this time, James and Sylvester, who see some information about the competition on the YOLO Classroom, which is the classroom online classroom of the school, and then it narrates the story of what happens to them. Well done, congratulations to everybody, all the young people who were involved. You can see their names here, and some teachers as well. So wonderful to see this story too. It's impressive to see how different the stories are. So if you wanted to vote for this after I played, and give us a few comments. I'm going to go back to the last one, so you can still use the same Mentimeter code. and you can tell us what you think about YOLO Classroom. But we'll go back to this afterwards now. Let's play the video. So if you can let me organize this and we'll be ready.
James and Sylvester are annoyed because their English teacher, Mr. Brock, kept the class back to remind them about the homework that was due in on Monday.
Have a good weekend, everyone. Oh, and before I forget, remember the homework task is on your YOLO Classroom. Don't you forget that you all have to make sure you hand it in for Monday.
We will be late. Shh, I know, but Mr. Brock will be annoyed if we keep on speaking.
Quiet there.
Sorry, Mr. Brock.
So, have a good weekend, class. See you on Monday.
That lesson really was so boring.
Hey, we better hurry up or your mum will leave without us.
No, she won't.
She threatened to do that last time she picked us up, remember? And you had to go back for your PE kit, which you'd forgotten.
James and Sylvester are heading out of school. We'd hoped Mr. Brock would have forgotten all about the English homework he had set.
I thought Mr. Brock would forget about the homework.
I know. But let's walk faster to find your mum's car. We'll be late.
Later on, they arrive at James's house.
Do you want to play in the Z-box for a couple of hours until your mum picks you up?
Sure, why not? Bet I'll win this time.
Oh, hold on.
What?
Should we get that homework done so it isn't hanging over us all weekend?
Let's do it together just to get it over and done with.
And it won't ruin our weekend. Let's go to your room.
James switches on his computer and navigates his way to the English YOLO Classroom.
I'll sign on YOLO Classroom to see the homework. Do you want to come over here, Sylvester?
Okay, the homework is there. What's that?
What's what?
Look, on the log, there's a link for a competition. Mr. Brock didn't mention this, did he?
We should click on it. He probably just forgot to tell us. Maybe because he was in a rush to remind us of all the homework.
I know. The bell rang and everyone raced out the door.
I'm going to click on the link. It's taking me to a website requiring to register to enter the next part.
Maybe it's the part of the site where the competition details will be revealed.
There are some instructions to deposit £10 from a debit card. It says it would increase our chances of winning a bigger prize. But it's asking for card details. I think that my Pro Harry card is in my school bag.
James goes to his school bag, takes out his wallet and from it his Pro Harry card. He types the card number into the boxes on the screen. As he clicks enter the competition, the screen suddenly goes blank.
Hey, what's going on? Why didn't it let us start the competition?
I don't know.
Oh wait, Mr. Brock's put a message onto the YOLO Classroom.
Dear students, please be very cautious as there's a fake competition link that appears to have been posted on your YOLO Classroom. Someone has hacked our account.
Seriously?
What do we do about your money? I don't think your mum's going to be happy that you've just wasted £10.
Mum? Hi, Mum.
What am I not going to be happy about, boys? What have you done?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Clearly something has happened, so why don't you tell me what's going on?
Okay, but only if you promise not to get angry. We saw that competition on YOLO Classroom.
I don't like the sound of this.
And we thought to enter, but it was a scam, and I used my Pro Harry card to give £10. It's all lost. Our teacher said their account had been hacked and it was a fake message.
What? Show me this message, please.
Okay, Mum.
We need advice. We need to visit the Pro Harry Card website and tell them what has happened. It's most likely that we'll need to cancel your card, James. I will need to go to the police station to report this. I'll need to make sure whoever's behind this scam doesn't get any more of your money or anybody else's.
That's me in trouble right enough.
Later on, James's mum returns back home. Sylvester had phoned his mum to tell her what they had done before James's mum got the chance.
You shouldn't use your bank card without having permission to enter or buy something online. So you see, if it seems too good to be true, then it is most likely a scam.
I'm sorry, Mum.
On Monday, back at school, 2 police officers came into Mr. Brock's classroom to talk to the class about phishing and scams.
So, to recap, look for inconsistencies in how information is presented. And take a moment and think if that person or company would send you something like that and why. What else should you do?
If it seems too good to be true, we should stop and think before we respond.
We should also check if the URL is real. We need to feel confident about identifying and reacting to phishing attacks.
Great! I'm going to leave you with a list of useful pupil-friendly websites to use. I'll ask your teacher to put them up in YOLO Classroom for easy reference. If you have any questions, please feel free to speak to us again.
However, James was still fed up that he'd lost his money and had fallen for a scam. He felt a bit stupid. Next day, he met again with Sylvester.
So, what happened yesterday?
The police officer said it was easy to fall for a scam, and that's why it was so important to check details before doing anything like that again. Guess I was lucky to only be scammed out of £10.
I'm glad your mum reported it.
I could have lost a lot more money and also put everybody else on YOLO Classroom in danger by clicking on that link. I've been so surprised at how often scammers can catch vulnerable people out, and many other people could have found themselves in the same place.
I'm definitely getting better at recognising phishing attempts. I know staying safe online websites from school have been really helpful. But it's very important to raise more awareness so that others can be protected too. Did they find the scammer?
No, they haven't. No trace of the scammer, but they'll keep on looking. At least they said we definitely did the right thing in reporting what happened.
I read that this type of fraud is a criminal offence, and the attacker might end up getting charged in civil court.
We would need to file a lawsuit against the scammer to recover our money if they are ever found. I think we all learned something in class today about how to avoid falling for scams. Even Mr. Brock.
After that experience, James and Sylvester learned a valuable lesson about handling, responding and keeping their data and money safe, and also caring about the online safety and security of others.
Okay, so thank you very much to this team. That was our final team. I hope you enjoyed that. Apologies, we're running a little bit late. No more than 10 minutes, just because we have so many nice comments and feedback to look at. Please put your comments for this lovely story, the YOLO Classroom. Let us know what you think. Explores the risk of being scammed with competitions. Mom makes them report it and change accounts. So it's a lot about the ethics of the responsibility you have to report that. So the ethics of online connectivity, helping others again, being a good digital citizen. The characters are brilliant, very relatable, really like the situation, the assumption that things are safe because they've come from a school source. It's a valuable message. Good tips and lessons on how to spot scams. A nice, like the conversation between James and his mother about the issue, good reference to entering a debit card, so responsibility around that. Great that they mentioned the police to highlight the illegality of the operation. Loved all the characters, it's creative and makes sense. Great work, the pupils put a lot of information and thought in this story. I love the note of irony, putting the anti-scam information on YOLO Classroom, fits back into the not losing trust theme as well. I like that it mentions how easy it is to fall for this kind of scam. It's when people feel stupid for getting scammed that they fall to warn others. I like that the teacher message to say about the hacking, that advice was given from multiple sources. Good point about teachers being vulnerable to getting phished. I like that I use the phrase vulnerable people after the scam. Not all vulnerable people consider themselves to be vulnerable, so might stop listening when they hear the phrase. Good to include parental guidance, and the key phrase is too good to be true. Very descriptive on how to avoid phishing scams. Good story in the time of online classrooms. So very topical, good to show the learning curve. I like the interaction between the two friends and the care they show for others. I like that they mention about the classroom stuff and good information as well. So thank you so much for all of these nice and very, very kind comments. I don't know what to say. It's been so much, it's been so lovely for me. I was engaged with all the teams directly. I had nothing, no input in terms of the final decision. It was, so the panel, our panel, a lovely panel, very knowledgeable and expert who I think found it very, very, very difficult to decide who would be the winner. And so I would like now to get you to vote for the best one that you like mostly. But of course, no matter the outcome and who the winner is, I would personally like to say that I enjoyed immensely working with the teams, and I'd like to thank all the young people, the teachers, the librarians, the parents. Everybody has wholeheartedly embraced the Maddie's online project, and it was really only to make it possible. So it was made possible. So I'm delighted by this. So this resource will be open for all the community to use, and we're going to carry on the same spirit, hopefully, to the next Maddie project. We don't actually have a new project, but we have ideas. So if any school is interested to work with us, we would be very, very delighted. So keep on voting, please, for the best story, the audience, for the audience preference. Please, I'll leave it for a little longer. The idea is to vote actually for, not your own story, but for the other story. But we see your feedback here. Keep on. Okay, well, draw as well. It's absolutely fine. It's a drawing board. So we've got more people voting, please. We've got more of you, so I'll leave it for a little while. We've got 42 participants at the moment in the session. Some of you had to go, but most of you are here, so please select your best story. Okay. Great. Yeah, we've got some drawings as well. It's absolutely fine. Okay, I think, have we got all the voting happening? Okay, I hope you all, well, most of you, not all, managed to vote. As you see clearly here, from the audience participation, the preferred story has been the Friend Finder story. So congratulations to Friend Finder from Elon Academy. Well done to you. You have the audience vote. I wish I had prizes for all. I wish I could reward everybody, but I think the reward is really all the experience and all the things that you're doing for others. So even if, you know, the stories you have selected here are not the ones that they win, or it could be the ones that they win, the other stories really, you know, deserve, I think, the equal attention. And what we're going to do is we are adding all of them on the toolkit, and we're adding all the videos to the YouTube channel of Maddie's Online, because we feel they're all perfect, brilliant. And everybody deserves actually to be featured, actually, this excellent work here. Okay, so audience preference was Friend Finder, and the runner-up is the iPhone scam. So thank you for this voting. That was really interesting. But who is the winner? Who is the winning team? It's so difficult decision, and we ran out of time as well. So what I'm going to do is I will do a new share of my screen so that we can go to the winning teams now and be able to find out. What I would like to do is, first of all, reveal who is the team, who is the runner-up of Series 4. As I said, all the stories have been fantastic, but there was a team that was the second preferred by the judges, because they were the ones that made the decision and choose the best story. So now I will reveal the runner-up story on your screen right now. Well done to White on Scam. We also saw that it was actually the second preferred story by the audience. Well done to you. I know that it may be disappointing to some degree, but at the same time, I think you are winners. So well done to you. I don't know if the audience would like to clap, real clapping, or well done to you. Post please your comments there in the chat area. So what remains is really to announce the winner, it's so difficult. It was very difficult for me, because I think I would be in a very difficult position to choose. So I'm glad that I didn't have to choose, actually. So now I'm going to announce the winner of Maddie's Online Series 4, as it was chosen by the judges. 4 out of the 5 judges actually chose this story. So here we go. The influencer, who is the winner of the competition, the entire competition. Well done to you. I don't know if anyone is around. I hope the rest of the people are not disappointed. I know this has been a very difficult, actually, experience for me, that I have been very closely involved with the teams. Everybody knows, the judges know that. So I would like to see a few of your comments. You're clapping. Thank you so much. I don't know if you would like to clap in reality, but well done to everybody for that. My single clapping here. Well done to everybody for this brilliant work, but for all the stories, and I will get in touch with the winning story, who is going to be featured on our Maddie's Online Series 4 toolkit, as you can see here. So, the winner of Maddie's